guys, and welcome to my first book haul. So this is my book haul for January 2021 and I have 4 books, which I was only supposed to order one, which was for the book club I am in for the January read, but then I saw the January sales and then I saw some second books by some very good authors and 4 books appeared. Whoopsie! So without mincing around, let's get into the books. The first book that I bought in January 2021 is the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Mary Ann Schaffer and Annie Barrows. Now, this one I bought for the book club I'm in, so it was recommended by one of the guys in my club, and I am excited to read it. I have seen the film, but I obviously haven't read the book before, and this is not the type of book I would normally read, but I absolutely adored the film, so I'm really looking forward to this one. It is written like a bunch of different letters, so kind of like how Bridget Jones's diary was written as diary inputs, this one is letters between 2 people. So the blurb for this one is: the war is over. Juliet Ashton is grappling with writer's block when she receives a letter from Dorsey Adams of Guernsey, a total stranger living halfway across the channel, who has come across her name written in a second-hand book. Juliet begins writing to Dorsey, and in time to everyone in the extraordinary Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. The society tell Juliet about life on the island and the dark years spent under the shadow of German occupation. Drawn into their irresistible world, Juliet sets sail for Guernsey, changing her life and theirs forever. It has received so many good reviews. I am really excited to read this, and it is quite a small book, so it shouldn't take too long. The second book I bought in my January book haul is Paris by Starlight by Robert Dinsdale. So I actually bought this one because I've read The Toy Makers by Robert Dinsdale, which is the book I recommended for my book club to read in December, because it is such a good Christmas read and they all absolutely adored it. If you're interested in a review of The Toy Makers, Jazz over at Red Panda Reads, who is the creator of the book club that I'm in, she's reviewed it. She has done a really good and in-depth review of The Toy Makers and attempted not to give away any spoilers. So I'll leave a link to her video below this. But this is his new book, and when I was on Waterstones, I just couldn't stop myself clicking to buy it. This one actually has a poem on the back as well as the blurb. So I'll read the blurb to you guys first. Every city has its own magic. Every night on the long journey to Paris from their troubled homeland, Levin's grandmother has read to them from a very special book called The Nocturne. It is a book full of the stories of heroic adventures of their people who, generations before, chose to live by starlight. With every story that Levin's grandmother tells them in their new home, the desire to live as their ancestors did grows, and that is when the magic begins. But not everyone in Paris is won over by the spectacle of Paris by starlight. There are always those who fear the other, the unexplained, the strangers in their midst. How long can the magic of night rub up against the ordinariness of day? How long can 2 worlds occupy the same streets and squares before there is an outright war? Ooh. I love how Robert Dinsdale seems to write about people moving country or people who don't quite feel that they belong where they are. So I'm so excited to read it. The poem on the back is so beautiful. It says, "Settle down, pull your covers tight, look to the window and out into night. Darkness has fallen, the foul are abroad, but out there lies a world that will soon be restored. So let me tell you the tales of when we were born, between sunset and morning, between nightfall and dawn. Let me speak of the star that once shone in the sky, of the kingdoms of moonlight, the flowers by night. Let us travel together through time's lonely mist, so that long ago age where enchantment exists." Woo! Enchantment! I'm really excited to read this one, if you can't already guess that. The third book in my January book haul is The Betrayals by Bridget Collins. I bought this one because, as you can see here, she is the author of the #1 best-selling novel, The Binding, which I obviously have here. I have bought at least 4 copies of this book now. I first read it when I was traveling Australia on my Kindle. Then when I moved back to the country, I was in Waterstones and I saw the purple edition, which I was like, that is coming home with me now. And then I also bought my mom the purple edition because purple is her favourite colour. And then I also bought an edition for someone for Christmas this year. So that's 4 times Bridget Collins has received my money for this absolutely spellbinding book. I adore it. If you haven't read it, look it up. It's so good. But this was the book which made me buy more than one from Waterstones. It was this book I saw in the Waterstones January sales and was like, I cannot leave this. This is her brand new book. I'm so excited. Look at how beautiful it is. It's so nice. And it's not only nice on the cover. If I remove the film, look at that. It's so shiny and gorgeous. There's a spider on the back one. That's going to be intriguing. So the front has a clock and the back has a spider. I'm pretty sure that will all be very important somewhere in this book. So the blurb for this one is, if everything in your life was based on a lie, would you risk it all to tell the truth? At Montvert, an exclusive academy tucked away in the mountains, the best and brightest are trained for excellence in the grandeur, an arcane and mysterious contest. Leon Martin was once a student there, but lost his passion for the grandeur following a violent tragedy. Now he returns in disgrace, exiled to his old place of learning with his political career in tatters. Montfort has changed since he studied there, even allowing a woman, Claire Dryden, to serve in the Grand Duke's highest office of Magister Ludi. I don't know if I said that right. When Leo first sees Claire, he senses an odd connection with her, though he's sure they have never met before. The bond between them is strengthening, but both Leo and Claire have built their lives on lies, and as the legendary Midsummer Game draws closer, secrets are whispering in the walls. Ooh. I can't wait to read this. The binding was just so good. At the time that we read the binding, her first book, me and my partner were travelling in a camper van through the desert in Australia, and I remember quite vividly him ignoring me for at least 4 or 5 hours one night to finish that book, and he had no idea how much time had passed. But then when I was reading it, I did exactly the same to him. By the time you hit about halfway in that book, you just cannot stop reading it, and it doesn't matter what is going on around you, you cannot leave those pages. Really high hopes for this, and I'm excited to read it. The last book in my January book haul is Hamlet by Maggie O'Farrell. Now this one, again, it's not normally the type of book I would read. It's a historical fiction, and the reason I picked this up was A, because look how beautiful that is. It's so nice. I think I'm really into colours with the gold on it, apparently, but it's so beautiful. And the second reason was it's the winner of the Waterstones Book of the Year for 2020 award, and it also says on the back that is the winner of the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2020 and has such good reviews. So I'll read you guys the blurb. On a summer's day in 1596, a young girl in Stratford-upon-Avon takes to her bed with a fever. Her twin brother Hamlet searches everywhere for help. Why is nobody at home? Their mother Agnes is over a mile away in the garden where she grows medicinal herbs. Their father is working in London. Neither parent knows that one of the children will not survive the week. Hamlet is a novel inspired by the son of a famous playwright. It is a story of the bond between twins and of a marriage pushed to the brink by grief. It is also the story of a kestrel and its mistress, a flea that boards a ship in Alexandria, and a glovemaker's son who flouts convention in pursuit of the woman he loves. Above all, it is the tender reimagining of a boy whose life has been all but forgotten, but whose name was given to one of the most celebrated plays ever written. So, if you know your Shakespearean history, you can guess which child does not survive the week, and I think we know whose son this book is talking about, and the name of the play. But I'm not going to say anything, just in case anyone does not know their Shakespearean history, and you want to read this book as a surprise. I'm just so intrigued to see what this author has done with this historical story and what twists and bends they've created in this world. And that is my January book haul. So I got 4 books, all of them I am so excited to read. All of them have fantastic reviews. Most have been bestsellers or are bestsellers. So I don't think I can go wrong, but just to recap, we have Hamlet by Maggie OHara, we have The Betrayals by Bridget Collins, Paris by Starlight by Robert Dinsdale, and The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Mary Ann Schaffer and Annie Barrows. I'm so excited to read these books. If you guys have read any of these books, please let me know what you think of them below in the comments, but don't give me any spoilers. I want to read them from scratch. But let me know if you thought they were good or not. And if you are intrigued by any of these books, I bought these from Waterstones, but you could also buy them from bookshops.org. Please, please, please try to support your local bookshops if you can. Right now, we want to preserve as many bookshops as possible so that when this pandemic is over, all of us book nerds can go into the bookshops and just feel at home in the place we all love and care about. So please, where possible, buy your books from dedicated bookshops rather than big companies like Amazon, who obviously sell a lot of other products as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see it as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram or Tumblr. I post general book pictures as well as my writing tips, unboxings and vlogs on there. If any of these books are, which I presume they all are going to be, absolutely amazing and inspire me, then I will write a review on my blog. The link to that will be below this video. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!